Well, welcome to Up Close and Gnarly. Today, my special guest, Mike Gossin. You might remember him from the group Gloriana. He was a founding member. He also toured with, I don't know, Taylor Swift, Keith Urban, Alan Jackson. And Mike, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me, buddy. It's been a little while since we've seen each other, but I'm grateful to be here, and I'm glad we get to catch up.
Well, I want to go through some of these songs, some of your old stuff, some of your new stuff. I want to just talk about it. I want to hear some stories behind it and just get to know what's going on with. Now, you go by Mike Gossin now. It's no more Gloriana, huh? So it's Gossin.
Just Mike Gossin. I know. Yep.
It almost rhymes with awesome, or does it?
It's close.
It's awesome with Mike Gossin. There's something there, man. I'm telling you. Maybe that should be your fan club. The awesome Gossams. The awesome Gossams.
There it is. We name the fan club that. That'd be great.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I have lots of memories of you, and but one of my fondest memories, I was taking a tour of Taylor Swift's backstage with Taylor's mom. She's giving us all the radio people thing.
Yeah, and you guys is great. She's awesome. And
you guys just got off the stage, and all of a sudden you guys go, Gnarly! It was you yelled, Gnarly! and everybody turned, and Taylor's mom goes like, those are my friends. And I ran over there, and it was like, yes! But
you and I go way back, man. Way back. I mean, it's been what? Almost over a decade, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, and some of the funniest videos I have is I was interviewing you guys, and you go, it was went on CMT. You go, well, how come all the DJs in Fresno look like 70s porn stars?
Did I say that?
Yeah, you might have.
Oh man.
I
don't remember that, but
it was a compliment. I took it as a compliment.
Dude, I've always appreciated you. You and I always have a good time together. I think even on off time, you and I have hung out.
Yeah,
and it's been a long time, man. There's been a lot that's happened and changed, and I'm just grateful that we get a chance to catch up. It's been a while.
In 2017, my wife Sandy passed away, but before that, you came to my house and Sandy played the piano, and one of her greatest memories in her life was when you. Well, you came over and you guys played the piano together, and that was like, she told everybody about it. That meant so much to her.
And she was a light. She was an absolute light, and man, honestly, being on the road for as long as we were and meeting so many people that we did, she was just a really special person. She had this glow and this kindness and this positivity to her. One of the kindest people that I've ever met. And I'll never forget that time that I spent with you guys hanging at the house. I know. But I miss her, man. I'm so sorry for your loss. It was.
You know what though? It's, as I look back now, it's been a while. It's 2017, but I feel like my reason for being with her was to, and I didn't know this time, was to help her get home, but that was one of the stories that I mean, she just thought that was so awesome that you came over there, and she would tell, well, this is where Mike sat, and we played the piano, and I loved it, and I loved it, and I have fond memories.
Yeah,
okay, but
great
now,
great times, great memories.
Years later, now Mike has started your own solo thing. Okay, now I want to hear the stories, and we're gonna go through your songs. We're gonna play a few of them right here on Gnarly Country, and I think it'll be great.
Thanks, man.
But let's start with "Let's Ride."
Yeah.
Now this is special in a lot of ways, but tell me the story behind the song.
Okay, so man, it's been crazy. So I'm gonna go back to the beginning, or the end, but also the new beginning.
Right.
Gloriana kind of wrapped up in 2016, and I was still living in Nashville, and my brother and my father, my whole family was deciding to go back to North Carolina. So I stayed and finished a publishing deal. The term for my publishing deal was I had a publishing deal as a
songwriter songs, also. Right?
Yeah, I was doing it during Gloriana as well. Mm-hmm. And I finished that deal out, and then my whole family had gone back home to North Carolina. So I packed a bag and I said, you know what? I'm going to take a minute. It's been a decade crazy roller coaster. I'm going to go back, kind of hit the reset button and see where I am. It was a lot to go through, with everything ending the way that it did. And it was crazy. So went back home, and kind of reevaluated everything. I kept on asking myself, like, how did this all start? And where was the spark that I had before all this awesome, the record deals and the touring and all that happened? I'm one of those people that, like, sometimes if you're going through a tough time, it's always good to kind of take a second, take a breather, and go back to the beginning. And for me, it was like step away, reevaluate, get my head right, and kind of look back on all those great memories and times we had, and figure out what I want to do next. So I always play live. I'm a live guy. You know that. I love playing live. I love the road. I'm a road dog. There's nothing like it in the world. And I immediately started playing my own solo shows back up and down the Carolina coast. Was doing like 4 to 5 nights a week, just having a blast. I'm talking like down and dirty bars. You know what I mean? Bars, clubs, acoustic guitar, and me. That's how before Gloriana or anything, I spent 10 years playing in bars. You know what I mean? That was my job. I didn't have anything else other than that. And it was my love and passion. So I wanted to get back to that. There's a part of me that was like, man, that was a really special time. And that led to these great things. So let me go back to the beginning and just find that love and passion that I had and see where it takes me. So I started playing 4 to 5 nights a week. And, it was a while before I started writing songs again. Like I just was gigging and still thinking about what I want to do and everything. And I got a phone call from my old buddy, Mark Dobson, who was the engineer of the Gloriana records.
Right.
I'll never forget it. I was at an oil change place. I had an old Jeep and I was getting an oil change on. And he called me and he said, "What are you doing, man?" And I said, "Man, I'm actually at an oil change place right now, getting an oil change on the Jeep. You know, what's going on? I haven't spoke to you in a while." And he said, "No, just checking in with you. I was thinking of you today." And he's like, "I was thinking, you know, have you been writing any music?" And I said, "Well, a little bit here and there. I've got a couple songs here and there, but I've mostly been focusing on the live stuff as of right now." And he's like, "Well, man, you need to pack a bag." He's like, "I think it's time you make a solo record." He's like, "Could you do it? Would you want to do it?" And I'll never forget. I was sitting in the waiting area of that oil change place, and I was like, "What do I got to lose?" And it's been a while now. You know, like a year had passed or two, and it's like, "Yeah, I guess I could come and do it. And I got some song ideas." And he's like, "How quick could you get here?" And I was like, "I could leave like a couple days, just pack a bag and a guitar and make the drive out." And he's like, "All right, come on." So we did that. Started writing. "Marry You" was one of the first songs. I know we're talking about "Let's Ride." That was your question. But, got to "Let's Ride." So wrote that one, had it completely finished and recorded just in my home demo studio here, from everything that I learned from Matt Serletic, who was our producer. Kind of just taking a cue from him, was sitting in the studio with him while we made all those Gloriana records over the years and asking him questions. And I was always the first one in and the last one to leave. So I'm a huge fan of his and admirer of his, and just like tremendous respect. That guy is on a different level. And the accolades, are all phenomenal. And he's deserving of Matt. So anyways, I had that song. I had "Let's Ride" done. I know this is a long-winded answer, but I got you, buddy. So I had that song done, and Cheyenne, I had a dream actually about, like, randomly one night that Cheyenne and I were on stage singing music together again. And like,
Cheyenne is the blonde in the group, Gloriana. Right. And there was Rachel too. And right.
Within the next couple of days, man, I swear to God, I got a phone call from Cheyenne. I hadn't talked to her in
just happened.
years. And I got goosebumps even just saying it. Like, I figured it was like the universe speaking, like sending a sign or something. And we caught up on the phone for like 4 hours. We hadn't talked to each other in a really long time. And she's like, "Well, what have you been working on?" And I said, "Well, I'm actually sitting in my demo studio now. I'm working on this song called "Let's Ride." And she's like, "What? Cool." She's like, "Can I hear it?" I was like, "Sure." Anyways, we ended up talking. I ended up emailing it to her and we got to talking. I was like, "This would be really cool. Maybe it's like a duet thing together. Like, are you still singing and stuff?" And she was like, "I love it. I love this song. Yeah, let's do it." So she was living in Knoxville And Mark Dobson, the engineer, we left Nashville, got in the car, we brought some recording equipment and went out and cut her vocal on it. In the second verse, and she sang a bunch of harmonies. And that was just such a cool moment, man, watching her. She hadn't been in a studio in a long time. It was like watching someone who was like a professional bike rider ride a bike again. Like she picked it up like that. We were all right, just smiles sitting there like, yep. And it was amazing. So wrote it, got Cheyenne to write her verse on it. I had the recording done. Mark and I worked on it. And then I was like, man, we got to shoot a music video for this song. Like this is such a movie story lyric moment. And
right.
We haven't been on stage or recorded a song in God knows how many years. Like, I'm sure this would be really cool for our friends at Country Radio and our Gloriana fans and everybody that we've come across to see 2 out of the 4 of us do something again together. And I wrote the treatment for the video, called a film company, like a lighting company, and put the whole thing together, man. And it was like, this whole project is homegrown, like completely just from the heart, the vision, the whole thing.
I think we should play it right now. In fact, here it is. I'm going to call it half Gloriana. So just Glor or Mike Gossin and Cheyenne. Let's ride right now on Gnarly Country.